Black Oni.
Welcome, everyone, to the stream. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Let me actually put the music back on. I feel like that might be a good idea. Toastman invading Frost with the hosts. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you for those. Thank you. Profile. What's going on, Boston Savage? How you doing, man? Customize. We can customize our character. So we have a couple of options for different faces. Is this a lady? I think this is a lady. You gotta... I think that's the closest they got to a black lady, right? Hair. Bun. How do I rotate? I'm gonna turn my music off so that you can just hear the music in the game. Is it how's the balance? Is it a little bit loud? It seems like a little bit loud. Facial hair. Hair color, black, okay. Voice. Aggressive. Yo, get it, Gilmer with a gift. Thank you for allowing Silver Soldier the ability to get it in. I appreciate that very much. Headband. Can I not do the headband? None. Baseball. Okay, so baseball cap works. Headband. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with olive drab. Oh my god, I think we can make snake. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh, there's a black dude. We're gonna make snake. Cootie, why you no sleep? Why you no sleep? Why you do that? Where I need someone close to snakes. That's probably the closest we're gonna get to snake, right? Yeah, I feel like that's the closest we're gonna get to snake. Rob, I guess, could be technically close. Let's go with Rob. He looks like a Rob too. Your sleep schedule's all messed up. You woke up at 7 p.m. Oh no. Oh no. That is kind of... Okay. Swept back. Hair. Facial hair. Oh god, no. Imperial mutton chops, stubble. This is rough looking. Let's go with this. That's probably the closest we've got. So tell me about this game, Oni. Meow, what's going on? Silver Octane. They gave it take a nap. Yes, it's 9 a.m. What's going on, What's going on, Bay? Yeah, I think this is as close we're gonna get to the hair that we need. Alright. Eyewear. Is there an eye patch? No. Okay. That's fine. Hands. Flight. Hard knuckle. Soft padding. Yeah, I think this is... Woodland. Olive drab. Torso. Blouse. Slim fit. Slim rolled up. So weird that it says blouse. Blouse rolled. Let's do that. And legs. Doing pretty good. Hell yeah. Combat pants. Yeah, that should be fine. Feed, I don't care. Camo, that's fine. Alright. The Insurgents. Alright, let's play. Let's get it in. I'm actually gonna join this this hangout. Let's just see how this goes. Join the hangout. Is this? Oh, I think this is just a live Q&A, like text wise. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. So I was like, how's this gonna work? Silver Soldier, thank you for that retweet. Oh my God, Silver Octane. Is this another BR deal? No, it's not a BR. It's so I was supposed to be explaining what this game is. My bad. This game is a co-op slash versus military shooter. It's a very authentic, realistic style military shooter. I missed the call. Allow. Let's see if we can at least hear them. We can hear them. Okay, perfect. Is this only in the morning? Yes, it is, Kels. Yes, it is.
Operation Gothic Circuit, Black Hawk Down slide.
Mic check, mic check. No, they can't hear me.
And it was 90s, so I had to do a huge
so I think we're doing co-op or versus.
But how about you, Florida? I think your FPS as well.
And
Mike, something seems to have happened.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about
server password
at E3
okay.
was how we
Hi guys, can any of you hear me?
I can hear you.
So I don't know what's happened. We seem to have split into two separate calls. Because Mikey and Jonas are on a completely different call to this. So what I'm going to suggest is that everybody in here hangs up on this call and tries to join the other call. But I have no idea why four of us are here and the rest are on a separate call. So I'll send out the link again to everybody, and if they can just join that link, that'd be perfect. Hopefully, Black Only, you can hear. I know you said you're streaming, so you muted your microphone. So I will. I'll message you directly if needs be.
Wait a minute. Did we get another? Wait a minute, Uncle. Yo. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jay Dubious, what's up, fam? Sorry, I'm listening in on them. You guys can probably hear them in the background. Only is so late. I am so late. Don't waste your money on me. Wait, no, girl, listen, you are amazing. Thank you so much for that sub. Oh my God, there's so much going on. Hold on. All right, I'm supposed to be getting a link, right? A link specifically? Because I'm looking at this right now, and apparently there's supposed to be a different call that we were supposed to be in. Oh, I'm confused. All right, I'm supposed to be getting that link in a second. So I know. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything situated. I'm supposed to be taking part in a specific event, so I could just go directly into any of these, but I think I'm supposed to be looking for a server. So focus press session. Is this it, or is this? That's not what the thing says. Press event. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yo, Maeve, what's going on? I'm gonna assume it's this one. And then I'm gonna put the password in. It's telling me to do this, just in case. Listen, I love you all so very much. I love you all so very much. So thank you for those subs. We're gonna get it in. I don't know. Love the new background, by the way. Oh, thank you, Silver Octanes. Thank you. Gonna drink my coffee. Is that 93%? Am I supposed to be getting this link? Hello? He said he was going to send me a link. Where's the link? Where'd the link at? Squeeze it back. We'll never let go. Aww. They're so cute. Only broke the game chat. We're missing all the exclusive deets. We really are. We really are. So I'm tuning in to this Q&A session so that we can hear what they're talking about as well, and that way we can learn more about the game together. You're a pleb. You don't know how to do that? How to do what? Oh, so since some people are in a wrong call, please join. Okay. Join Hangout.
You can call in explosive mortars. For the insurgents, they can call in small commercial drones with explosives. Yep, I hear you. Hello.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
Hi. Welcome. No, it's okay. You can call in chemical strikes from mortars, all different kinds of stuff. But the commander can only do this with the binoculars when they're near the observer. This is kind of like one of the things we really like about shooters is, I guess, the idea of like support. But some of the ways that other games do it, less hardcore games, is just they reward it as kills, like a kill streak or score streak or something. We wanted to actually tie it into a system of teamwork. So the only way to get these things to come down on the enemy is for me and my observer friend to be close to each other and to make the call in, decide what's best for the situation, and be careful about it too. And make sure we don't kill our teammates.
It's the same.
Ooh, I like your special operations getup. You're looking very Navy SEAL. That's a brio.
That's very fashionable.
Yes, quite. I'm going for more of a local female fighter look, as you can see.
Going for a bit of a Solid Snake look.
Ooh, Naked Snake, like Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, dude.
Right on. I started last night. We were doing giveaways, and I made people guess for a free key which character am I, and I started humming the theme, and they got it immediately.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I customized it. Yeah, it was fun. I'm gonna restart the round here because I see that we're all here. There we go. So I think we could just use Google Hangouts for now, but if it becomes difficult to hear, then we can just switch. If you hit escape and go to settings, audio, you can always turn down your master game volume. That'll turn down everything. One quick thing I guess I want to explain is it is a hardcore game. There's got free aim. Your weapon moves independently of the center. You can sprint. You don't have a reticle. You right click to aim down sights, as you can see. And one of the cool things that we like here is our ammunition system. If you hold the R key, you'll give yourself a pat down. You see at the bottom right the amount of magazines that you have, which includes the one that's in your weapon. So like if I fire out a bunch of rounds right there and I hit R to reload, I'm going to put it back in my vest. I'm going to save it for later. Now that magazine still has like 25 rounds in it, right? So when I come back to that mag, it's still going to have 25 rounds in it. Other shooters, all the magazines, they just like magically merge with each other, right? But these are just boxes of bullets, right? So it's in my vest and like I'm going to come to it later. But if I want to be a cool guy and I decide I really need to get my weapon back in the fight, I'm out of bullets, I could do a speed reload by double tapping R. And I drop that mag. So I lose all those bullets, but I'm ready more quickly. So if you find yourself in a situation where you shoot out all your bullets in your weapon, you might as well speed reload, right? Because it's not like you need that magazine anymore. So you double tap R. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop in. So do I have anybody who's playing the Observer, actually? Have any volunteers for that?
I have a question. I don't know if I'm in the right session or not.
Oh, are you in server 1?
This is co-op server, or is this the
co-op
competitive?
server.
Okay,
Co-op
let
server,
me
actually.
let me go to the co-op one. My bad.
Oh, no problem. Is that Charles?
Black Gunny.
That guy. Okay, got you. So if somebody wants to hit the M key and select the observer class and confirm, if you resupply, then we can show off some of the fire support options.
I can give it a go, although I don't
Hey,
promise
don't
to
worry.
know what to hit.
It's super easy. You just got to stay near me.
Let's see.
Just hit M,
Observer.
class. Yeah, exactly. Narratively, what's happening, you go over to this crate right here, and then that'll cause you to resupply. Just hold F. Narratively, what's happening is like I'm the commander, right? And I'm telling you, the person with the radio, here, I want a helicopter. There we go.
I think I was applied the wrong password.
Oh, it should be focus press session. 3067.
3067. Okay, I got the 2097. I don't know why.
That's for the PvP one.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Cool. And yeah, every word, the first letter is capitalized.
So it's focus press session 3067.
Okay. If anybody else needs help, just interrupt me. Let me know. But yeah, let's open up hard, shall we? So there's some enemies up ahead. There's objective A over there that we need to get into. But if I have my observer next to me,
Sorry, which character are you again?
I'm the girl. I'm standing in the middle of the road with some green camouflage.
Cool. I'm the
over
one
here
that-
to your right. You actually
I'm
look
the
like
one-
Dr. Disrespect. Oh shit. Okay.
Yes,
So we're
I'm the one
taking
inspired
fire.
by Super Troopers.
Super Trooper. Am I saying
Super
meow?
Troopers, you're the girl. I know, right? This is cool though.
So what
We
I
get to
did
hear a
is I
live
stood
Q&A
next to
session.
you.
Get
I
to
called in the
interact with
gunship
him.
on that building.
I will
And
be
we're gonna back up
going back and
because
forth
this is the
between talking
gunship.
to you guys and
which
talking
will
to
fire
them as well.
rockets and then fuck people up with an autocannon. Wait for those rockets.
Firing rocket.
Sorry.
Got 3.
Nice. Okay, now we
Would
can
you
move
say that
up.
the aim down sight is a little slower than most games?
Say again?
Would you say the aim down sight is a little slower than most games?
Yeah, that's something we're still tweaking. A lot of the movement, a lot of the ADS times. We have
Mouse
received
is in
that
a weird
feedback from
position.
some other players.
My mouse?
Something that we're considering boosting a bit.
Are you sure about that?
Gotcha,
So
thank you.
it's interesting you
Just
say
still
that.
standing
Yeah,
in the
this is
road
something
waiting
we're
for a boy to
talking
not
about.
hit me. Basically,
The way
did
this
do
mode
something.
works is we have to capture one objective at a time from the
Are you
enemy.
playing with devs? Yes, I'm playing with devs.
They
and
hide on
press.
the objectives.
Rango,
So if
what's
you move
going
into
on?
the alpha zone right there, you start capturing, kill all the enemies.
Ooh, he
Time
just
to
got wrecked. So this game looks
And once
so
we capture
pretty.
an objective,
It looks even better than the
it
last
will
time I
respawn
played
all
it.
the dead players. However, there's a random chance of encountering an enemy counterattack. But we should be fine. I think. Oh, you have one enemy on the point. You gotta go find him and kill him. Might
That's
be
not me
upstairs.
because I didn't spawn
Yep.
in yet. Is a call out to be streamed? Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, looks like you guys have a counterattack.
This
This
whole
is
thing
a
is
random
allowed to be
occurrence.
streamed.
That
Oh, he's
sound you hear
popular?
is
I
the
ain't
enemy
popular?
firing
Stay outta
rockets
here.
at you, so you might want to stay inside.
Shut up. I ain't popular.
Find a defensible position, make sure they stay off the
It's just
objective.
me, but it's a little hard to hear you over them.
Oh, they're there. Yeah, they're coming in.
Let me see if I can turn down the volume.
The insurgents are always very smart. Sometimes they will artillery their own units.
I don't know how to do that in a Google Hangout
Is this
call.
based on experience?
What's that?
I said, is this based on experience?
No. I never served. I heard we had a gunny in here, though. Did gunny serve? Did we have a gunny? I thought somebody said their name was Gunny. After just a few more seconds, once
It might
that
have been
timer
Black
runs
Oni
up.
you heard.
Oh, okay, yeah. Have you served?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, I like the name anyway.
Well, appreciate it.
Oop, I'm down.
It's okay. 2 more seconds, and then we're all going to come spawn in and help you. All right, now let's move.
Cool.
Hey there, we're coming. the game always has friendly fire on those, so be sure you check your targets.
Roger that.
It's like they're firing rockets again.
So it looks like you guys aren't for the sort of simulation aspect. You guys aren't
Yo,
using
dude,
hit
Uncle
markers?
Crowley with the gift. Thank
That's
you.
correct. Yep. We have a very minimal approach to our HUD. Essentially, we wanted the player to determine all the battle information themselves, right? If you killed a person, like our kill confirmation is you go up to the enemy body that you killed and you say, oh look, they're dead. Yes, I got them. We feel like when you create a sense of, you could say, scarcity of information, and even just of like the pace, everything becomes way more valuable and tense. Essentially, that's pretty much our core experience. Is by removing stuff, we make everything matter more.
Yeah, you never really know if you tag somebody or not.
Exactly. So there's risk, and the ambiguity is scary and creates the tension.
Don't call me Gunny.
What's
Don't do that.
the vulnerability like inside buildings to artillery? Because I played a little bit yesterday and I was like, seemed like completely immune from artillery if I was inside.
Mm-hmm. That's something. Essentially, we have explosive penetration, but it depends on the type of the shell or the explosive. Like, if you hide behind a chair and a grenade goes off, it might penetrate, but you might still live. But if you hide behind like sandbags, then it's gonna protect you completely from that grenade. So, but if it's rocket artillery, if it's a building, you'll probably be good, but otherwise it might not be. That being said, we're still tweaking those values.
Gotcha, thanks.
That Gunny life.
Yeah, of course. Like I meant to mention, if you guys have any questions, just let me know.
If it's still too hard to hear me, I apologize. I'm using Google Hangouts right now. It's not something I usually use. I usually use Discord.
I don't know how to describe it.
Explosive penetration.
It's not very gamey. It seems kind of more realistic.
Sun's out, guns out. I mean,
we're all about smoke.
What's going on,
not
Daniel?
necessarily Hollywood fire. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of a thing where explosions are supposed to be shaky and dusty, if you understand. Yeah, this is a weapon cache we have right here. If you go up to it and you hold the key, you're rummaging through it. You're looking for an explosive charge to plant on it. And then once you get it, you get your charge. So don't detonate it. Be careful.
Oh my God!
Sure everybody moves
don't detonate it, please. Don't detonate it.
Yep.
Okay.
And J represent. You might want to back up a little bit.
Yo, Rango Bango with that follow. Wait, hold on.
Oh, detonate.
Crowley,
there you go.
Nice.
Okay.
How do I swap loadout? I had an MP7 before, and I have an M4 that's not so good for close quarters.
If you hit the M key, as in Mike, you should be able to customize your loadout. If you do this in a spawn zone, then here, let me find the observer real quick. 1 second. Whoa, fuck! Whoa! Looking at your leg, dude. Oh shit!
Yeah, that was every time I've spawned in, I've gotten blown up by something.
That's okay. We're
shake it off.
We got it. Yeah, we got pretty unlucky with that first counterattack. We can adapt. Anyway, sorry. If you hit the M key and you look at your loadout, you spend supply points to
unlucky you could possibly be.
Get back. Run. That was the insurgents. They do send drones to drop bombs on you.
The drones.
Anyway, you hit the M key and you can look at your loadout, right? The
my God.
Number at the bottom left, that's your supply points.
Walter, what's up?
Weapons are not unlocked. Upgrades are not unlocked. They're only restricted by class. So like sniper, you want to get the sniper,
the game has
you don't unlock it, you just select the marksman.
Intentional since it's a loud ass
and certain classes are limited.
We turned the game down. I turned the game down. I can turn it up back though.
Old School Day of Defeat, for instance, did this. Anyway, so yeah, once you select your Downey, I'm not sure if you're in our call, but we can't actually hear you. Once you select your weapon, oh, hold on, gotta kill these guys.
I am up early, Cypher.
Oops.
Playing a check. Oh my God, there's a couple people left. Yeah, we've got a few people here. Whoever that was, I know.
Sorry,
I died immediately. I got drone bombed apparently.
From how well you play?
No, the supply points are just given to you according to the mode, and you just have them for the rest of the mode. So the meta here is determining what your role is on the team. You don't earn them like throughout the match or anything. They're just there for you to make your decisions. Nothing's unlocked. It's all just about
super fun. That feels like a beta, but
oh
yeah, no, it's fun. I like it.
So essentially, you have a limited
I played
number
it
of
at
times you
E3
can switch
actually.
loadouts. Is that the effect of it?
No, that's okay. You can it's basically like this. It's like you get
You need some
15
coffee?
supply points, and M4 costs 3, and you can roll out with like just an M4, and that's fine. But you always have those 15 to spend within any given life. You can carry 15 supplies worth of equipment, but it's not like if you die and you come back, you're down 3 supply. That's just your breathing room, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it's like 15 points to kit out.
Exactly. And then you always have that kit no matter what.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
man, right in the gut. Very good.
That was good.
You're the last man standing, which means it's all on you to capture Charlie.
Any different than Insurgency?
I'm not gonna reload your
Insurgency? I
weapon
never
there,
played
so you're still
Insurgency.
out.
Never played the first one, so I don't know.
Oh, maybe not.
It's like an Insurgency
So
sequel.
I'm really impressed
I
with
heard
the
that
map
it's
size. Would you say all the maps
expanding on
are
what it's-
around
Ooh.
this scope?
I heard it's expanding on Insurgency.
Yeah,
the first
one of
one.
the things, you guys, if you're familiar with Insurgency, we had the source engine before, and their map size had to be kind of limited. But with Unreal 4, we really unlocked our capabilities graphically, technically, with like vehicles and stuff, which we'll see later, but also just sheer map size. Let's call in a Black Hawk helicopter, shall we? Well, not a Black Hawk because we don't want to invoke the ire of any weapons or helicopter manufacturers. Let's call in the support helicopter.
At the risk of not wanting to go to the menu, I seem to have a dual site. Do you know what the offhand what the key is to switch sites?
Sites. Oh no, we don't actually have a dual site function. That's something we're
Okay.
exploring post-release, though.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It add the value to the magnifier. Can I have my observer? If you are, yeah, there. You can see I have my my 3 little horizontal lines that indicates my icon.
Perfect.
And if you actually look at the bottom left, we have a mechanic where, as I move away from you, you'll see my icon goes further away from you. I'm like, oh, I'm out of zone, and now I'm in zone.
That's
I
nice.
see it.
Okay, let's move up. Let's do this.
Watch
I'm gonna
it.
call on
Don't
our
read it.
grenade. Let's move up just by foot here. On the right.
Insurgents in the road.
A lot of them.
Oh, they're firing chemical mortars at us.
Careful, they're actually
Just heard,
behind you.
I overheard one of them calling it in.
I have put on mop gear before. It sucks.
What's that?
The chemical gear you have to wear.
Oh, yeah. Come up. Good term.
Awesome.
If you if you did buy a gas mask, which costs 1 supply, you can hit the B key to put it on, and that will make you invulnerable to the damaging effects. You can also just avoid it, though, which is probably the best solution. Up over this
Prevention
building.
is the best
and just go in
medicine.
the back. What's that?
Prevention is the best medicine.
It's true. An apple a day, everybody. Yep, they're in there. They're in that room.
And the time to kill seems pretty realistic. It seems like it's like 3 bullets or something, and you're down.
Oh, they're all just downstairs. I'm gonna
Oh,
toss
absolutely. Downstairs? Okay.
Oh, there's someone
Careful,
outside.
Careful.
Tossing a
Of the
frag
room that we just went
downstairs.
in.
Watch out downstairs. A toss frag.
In the
I'm
stairs.
waiting for it.
Okay.
I just got
Alright, move in.
wrecked.
One down.
We just got down.
2. There's another.
Another guy down there.
What's the wall penetration like? I feel like
You
some
too
of
exhausted
it's
for
coming
this?
through the wall.
Yo, Silver Octane with the.
Depends on the caliber of the weapon. We have a ballistic
You.
system where. Oh, here, let me frag this fucker. Hold on. Pull
Ooh,
back.
he gets taken down. Blam, baby.
Back.
He's now looking at some insurgents as we speak. There's a lot of them
Get them
now.
all. They're all right here.
So the thing about
You
this
got
is
him.
that even
Shit,
though
I'm sorry. I think I damaged you.
you're going against AI, the AI is pretty competent. Not only, oh, he's got to reload. Not only are they competent, but they also
I said that ballistic
are
question in just a second.
relentless.
Sorry.
And the
Great.
and if you'll
Bunch of
notice
guys
about the
downstairs.
magnification as well, the magnification
It's
only
reclose,
applies
good.
to the scope, not to
Coming in,
the
coming down.
entire
Don't shoot.
area around
There's like a
as
bunch
well.
of
So
guys down
it's
here in this
I think
kitchen
Escape
area.
from Tarkov does this as well, but not many games do this. So it's a really nice thing that they did. Ooh,
I'm
gets
down.
taken down. Mikey is our sole survivor. He's gonna have to careful. Ooh, look at how brutal the
So
AI
yes,
is.
as you were saying, it is a very lethal damage model that we have.
Yeah.
We wanted to. Again, it's about creating the tension. It's about creating the atmosphere, and the best way to do that is to have a very low time to kill. Also, I don't know. You play other shooters. Where I don't know, like
Wrap your
Planetside 2,
willy
for example. If I entered a
before
room
you
in
start to get
Planetside
silly,
2,
basically. You
and there were
press
3
spacebar
guys
to
in
show
front of
some
me,
character models. Okay,
it
I
would
didn't know
take me
that,
like
actually.
2 magazines to kill 3 guys, because each guy takes like 15 to 20 bullets to kill, or some really high amount. In this game, like if you get the better position, if you flank that enemy, then you're rewarded and you succeed in that you are allowed to kill those people. It's not like you have to wait. And if you run out into the road, then that's a dangerous thing, right? Anyway, our ballistic system with penetration works where some rounds for some weapons are AP, so they penetrate more, they penetrate armor, but it really depends on the caliber. Like if you fire a 7.62 through a chair, yeah, it's going to pierce right through. If you fire a 5.56 into a thick metal wall, it might pierce through, but it will do much less damage, and it might mean that a guy will take 4 hits instead of 3 if you want to tag him.
Alright, coming up.
It's calling a helicopter.
Just you know, like call's been dropping in and out, so if I suddenly stop talking,
A quick
Okay,
question.
so there's-
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I noticed, like playing yesterday, that enemies with RPGs, especially when they are like bots, they are almost like an instant death, like death trap, because they immediately react as soon as you get into their sight, and they
It's
you
going to
basically
come for
nothing
consoles
to
next
do
year, but
about
it's on
that.
PC
I
only right
like
now.
the
And it's
kind of
releasing in
reaction time for
September,
the
I
AI.
believe.
Yeah, this is a thing with this that we're balancing, the way that they wield RPGs, and yeah, they could be made a little more forgiving, but at the same time, we did want certain enemy types which would be dangerous, right? We
It's
wanted
really
players
good.
to be
Oh,
like,
it's
oh no,
super good.
there's an RPG, like we have to watch out.
I mean, console
So
2019, but at least
it
it's coming to
depends.
console.
It depends
you
on.
know?
We're still testing all that stuff, and it depends on how we feel throughout the beta, I think.
Gotcha, thank you.
But we still want the danger to it. That's the part to maintain.
Yeah, they're dangerous, but in this at this point, at least
You're
from
right.
my
What's going on,
experience,
man? How
like,
you feeling?
when you appear in their sights, like out of the corner, you're instantly dead.
It feels a little
There's
cheap.
nothing
Yeah,
to do.
like they can see you from halfway across the map, and they fire very accurately. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh,
maybe me. Sorry, came around the corner.
Oh, nice cap. All right, looks like we got another counterattack coming, so don't go outside, but just take up defensive positions in the building.
what's a console? It's amazing.
Every
PyCon
entrance.
Fusion, what's up, man? Yeah, you scared the crap out of me when you came around that corner.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that visual identification is pretty easy in this game. It's one of the problems I've always had with Arma is I just can't tell who the hell is who half the time.
Or Escape from
It's-
Tarkov. Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm
Same.
actually very validated to hear you guys say that, because as a lead game designer, one of the systems I designed was how character customization would work, and I was going through, you know, actual military equipment, insurgent attire, all that kind of thing, and working with our artists to make sure, yeah, we want to have customization, but how do you make customization work in a game that has such a minimal HUD, right? How do you indicate enemies versus friendlies?
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful. The security have their earthy browns and greens, and the insurgents have their civilian reds and oranges, and blues, and that sort of thing. You'll notice that you can't customize your vests, which are tan, and the insurgents can't customize theirs, which are black. So that contributes to the silhouette of they always have shamags on. So yeah, there's a bunch of things that we go for, so to speak.
Whoop! Oh, right here.
That's a little interesting thing, though. Have you factored in the fact that the insurgents are a lot more visible?
Yes, that's something where basically we want to make sure all of our characters have like decent visibility, regardless of their position in the map. So we have things like a very subtle rim lighting around the edge of a character, regardless of faction, which will indicate what they are in darkness or in light. Though it's something where, you know, players don't have to wear red, right? It's up to them if they choose to unlock it. You can always wear gray. They can always wear blue. They can wear neutral colors where they're just gonna be much just as well hidden as you or me, who on security now and have like dark colors. Actually, on that point, yeah. No, go on.
Oh no, a lot of that seems to come down to silhouette a lot of times, and if you can't read a silhouette, then you get friendly fire, and then you start shooting friendly players, and players get frustrated, and it's like a spiraling
It's true, right?
cycle of frustration for players.
Yeah, I feel like
Exactly,
that's such a hard thing to balance too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Which is why it's good to hear you say like it feels pretty good because it's holistic, right? It's not just colors; it's also the silhouette. So I think heads are the big things, like a big baggy shamag and no face. You know that's an insurgent always. All right, wow, there are a fuckload of insurgents
There's so many.
here. This is ridiculous. I've been
like
testing
this
this
isn't
game
normal.
a lot lately. That was one of the most aggressive counterattacks I've seen in the game.
They literally come out of the walls.
Yeah. As you can see, like, we're definitely... Ooh. What did that car ever do to you? Parked here. Oh, contact. Look out.
And drive
your
vehicles
flank.
in co-op, right?
Yes, you can. Yep. But the insurgents are the ones that have them, so you kind of got to steal them.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I wanted to make a quick note about the customization, because this is something we've been trying to be really transparent. Oh, get them all
fire.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of fire.
I burned to death.
Ouch.
I have some pretty good death screams. So the customization for you guys, we just gave you everything unlocked, right? So you can customize your character however you want. In the game, you actually have to work to unlock all the things. You can choose your voice, you can choose your head, if you want to be male or female, or an American, or a local militia member, or local police, local military, whatever narrative you want. That's all like unlocked, that's fine. But as far as these outfits go, and the gloves, and the different camouflages, and for the insurgents, all the different shmogs and colors and patterns, that's all unlocked. All the unlocking, though, is just purely cosmetic. There's no gameplay unlocks.
Nice.
And the way this works is you level up, like you get to the next level, you get like 100 appearance credits, we call them, and you also unlock a random item. So you might unlock a random item and, you know, maybe it's not the one that you want and you don't even want to bother it, but you always get these appearance credits. And with that, you can directly buy anything in the game. Nothing's locked behind a wall. It's not like there's something you need to earn. Anything can be bought. Any aesthetic that you want, you can get it. You just need to play the game.
So
The only thing you get more
there's
of
no
the more
loot
you
boxes.
play is just more options. But aside from that, one thing we are considering post-release is the option for players to purchase appearance credits with real money. However, again, like, nothing's going to be locked behind this paywall. It's just if you don't have the time and you want to support us as a company and all our projects. And you're not going to get a gameplay advantage anyway.
It's refreshing to hear that you're not doing loot boxes.
Yeah.
Watch out
no,
for
it's-
the explosives.
Oh yeah, Black Oni, you might want to move away from that.
Got it.
He's trying to blow it up with a charge. But yeah, we don't have... No, we don't want to do loot boxes. Like, I know any developer will say this, but I'm a gamer too, and like, that stuff is just kind of confusing, and you it's just a cool shirt, right? Like, if somebody wants a cool shirt, let them have it. Don't make them have to gamble for it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that important to the game.
Right.
So we have a system. Oh, here's a vehicle. Does anybody want to get in the vehicle with me?
I will. Let's do it.
I'm at the road by C.
All right.
You know what? Let's back up a little bit. Where's my
There's a lot of
observer?
insurgents coming from C.
Let's try to call in a fucking jet.
Ooh, a jet.
Yeah. Oh god, fuck.
Calling
Sorry.
it on C.
So
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I can see
Okay.
you.
someone
Yeah,
in my
coming to you.
stream asked a question. Can you?
Yeah.
What about map sizes? So you seem to be going for a larger map sizes, but is that standard, or are all the maps fairly large, or?
It is. Give me 1 second. Let me just call in this airstrike.
There's
Sure.
a lot of them on C.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it in. Hold on.
Hang on, they're right around the corner here. So
Okay. Going in. Okay. The question was the maps. Yeah, most of our maps are this size, generally speaking. However, the layout will vary. Like we might play Refinery, that's a lot tighter. But our game is a close quarters battle game. All the engagements happen very close, even though the maps are large. Now listen for this sweet sound.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Whoa.
What was that?
That was
something like A10. A10.
That's air superiority.
Wow.
That's what that is. And yeah, it's not literally an A10, but it is inspired by the A10. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And we don't have any trademarks with any companies. We try to use military designations. We don't have any partnerships with particular vehicle or gun manufacturers.
Are
But
there?
yeah, it's
Are military planes trademarked?
well, it's one of those things where it's legally gray. We don't really know
Yeah.
with those specifically. So just to be safe, we never directly copy anything, and
Smart.
but we still take inspiration, right? Like we're a realistic game. Like you're probably going to see an M16, right, or an AKM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like those are just kind of generally
Yeah.
known weapons.
It's honestly like, and this is something that a lot of developers I think are struggling with, especially since Humvee tried to sue the Call of Duty developers for using the term Humvee.
Really?
It is a bit of a gray area, and there's not really a lot of precedent that's been set. So it's kind of an ongoing thing that I think as time goes on, there will probably be some sort of landmark case, and then we can start using that as the precedent. So we'll see.
Are they aware that Humvees aren't cool anymore?
Yeah, honestly, here's my theory. People started using MRAPs in Iraq and in Afghanistan and even like in Syria because of IEDs, right? Because they're up armored and they're getting detonated. So people stopped buying Humvees. So Humvee's like, well, we need money. What can we do? Let's go after these video game developers.
Activision.
Say,
Yeah,
Eduardo?
they just-
Sorry?
Sorry, I thought you said something. Never mind. Go on.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's
Whoa,
all right.
RPG.
Oh, RPG.
Can
Damn,
we call
those
another jet? This is a really good position for a jet. Okay. Okay, it's coming in.
Oop.
Oh god.
Back up. Is there a medic? Is there a medical?
No, and I'm glad you asked this question. There is no medic. The way we kind of view our gameplay again is like scarcity, right? Lethality. We want players to actually have to come back in and respawn when they die. We want every death to be meaningful.
Insurgents down by the road. Oh, a lot of them coming in by the road.
I can throw a flash grenade. I don't know how useful it's going to be in an open space, but
Yeah, it's a little less useful, but it still makes a difference.
Is there any sort of marker system? Like, can I point out where I'm seeing somebody or just call outs?
Yes, if you hold the C button and you drag up to enemy spotted, you'll call out the cardinal direction, and it'll show up on your and others' compasses. Your character will say enemy north, and you'll see that. We
no,
deliberately
compass
kept
comes
it
up now.
imprecise because, yeah, exactly.
So, when you guys come out from that rock formation, to your
how does bullet drop work in this game?
We use a hybrid system where if it's within a short distance, it's hit scan, which provides a very good sense of immediacy. So it's simulated as a hit scan projectile, but at the distance at which it would have drop and other gravitational effects, you could say, then it's simulated to have those. So bullets slow down as they travel through the air, which will make it cause less damage and be slower. They will drop with gravity. They'll penetrate things, slow down from the penetration, which will weaken the round, and other things such as that.
Got it.
Nothing crazy.
I imagine there is no regeneration of swords.
Correct, yes. There is no regeneration. One of the things we want to add in, though, based on some feedback we got recently, is when you resupply, you don't just get ammo, you get health. It's a little gamey, but honestly, like, we're not trying to be a realistic game, period, right? It's always a game, so the realism is mostly in the aesthetic, and it's a starting point, we like to say.
I think that's fair. I mean, I do like the challenge of trying to get through something like this without being able to heal, but that makes it kind of ridiculous.
It's tough, yeah. And like this is the kind of game where you need to focus, you need to cooperate with your team, you need to be aggressive at the same time. So there's a bit of a learning curve to it. But again, like when you create that tension, when you create that scarcity of
there's a guy right there.
Yep, I see him.
Can't quite get him.
Look out.
Guy in the,
You hit him. Woo. That's an RPG. Oh shit.
yeah. So they introduced him to this all hit scan. Yeah.
Whoa, we're definitely taking fire from the right.
I got a question from chat asking about performance. Could you tell us a little bit about what you're looking to do in terms of optimizing performance moving forward?
There's a few things. The first one and foremost one has to do with something called LODs or LODs.
All
A
right.
LOD is basically when an object is far away, like a character, the game says, okay, this character is far away, so we're not going to render it for you, the person who's looking. We're not going to render it completely in its detail because there's no reason. He's so far away. And then as you get closer, the LODs compensate and say, okay, we're going to increase the quality slowly. That is not fully in effect for all of our characters and all of our different cosmetics. So they're being like completely fully rendered all the time whenever you look at them.
Gotcha.
So that is causing some performance issues players have experienced in the beta. There's also some other things like just our maps in general. We've constructed these with pieces. And the same thing with some of the characters' gear and equipment. When all these pieces are separate, it has to render all of them separately. But as time goes on, as we optimize throughout the beta, you're out of ammunition. Might want to double tap reload. Or transition to a sidearm. Very cool. Sorry. Yeah, we're also just. That's a grenade outside.
Ah.
Woo.
Damn. Look at
Nice
John
work.
Wick over there. Right? Sorry. The question. Yeah. So these maps are just built out of pieces, right? So we don't fully have all of the pieces put together, you could say. That improves optimization a lot.
Oh no!
RPG. RPG.
Yeah, no, I got blown the hell up.
Damn. Well, you guys, it was a valiant sacrifice. We took D.
Hashtag.
Just to add to Mikey's comment, we're actually pushing out a hotfix for the game today, hopefully in about an hour or 2 hours, just to address some of these issues to do with performance, the level of detail of things. It won't completely fix a lot of the issues, and we will be continually improving on optimization between beta 1, beta 2, and launch. But there is a hotfix going out tonight, which should alleviate a few of the issues that people have been having.
Yeah.
And we'll be posting and announcing that shortly as soon as it goes live.
That's awesome.
So, question about the ammo
And
staying
thank
in
you
your
all so much
clip.
once again for being here while
Can
we
I-
do this. This is
So when I
this has
walked
been
into
an
that building,
awesome,
I had a couple of
awesome event
magazines,
so
and
far.
one of them had
Awesome
more
time
bolts
here
than
playing
others.
This game is so fun.
Is there a way to
Your
choose
ping is
which
so high
magazine
too,
you load?
really.
You
Yes, I am
will
speaking with
always
devs.
put
Sorry,
the magazine
I don't
into
have
your
a
weapon
quick
that has the most
mute
bullets every
setting
time you
for
reload. So
when I'm
you don't
talking
have
to
to
you
fumble
guys
with
and
that.
for when I'm
I don't know if
talking
you
to
guys
them
ever
because
played
we're on
Swap for it.
Hangouts instead of
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I love Swap
on
for it. As far as I'm concerned, that
Discord
was
for
the
some
last
reason,
innovative
so,
shooter that ever
that's
happened.
why it's a little bit harder
Like,
for me to
it
mute
was
myself
very
and
cool.
talk to you
It had
guys.
really cool mechanics, and one of the things I personally really loved about Swap for
But
was
yes,
the
hey, Mad
reloading
Quitter.
system.
A
You
Mad,
would tap the R key to,
Mad Hatter Quinn. Wow,
I guess,
I'm
just
so
scroll
cool.
through your magazines, right, through your vest.
Yo, Pro
And when you
Quesadilla
arrived
with
at the one
the
you wanted, you
resub.
just stopped tapping.
Stealing my
and
money.
that's
You
when you
lucky
put
just
in.
got paid.
There's someone like
But
right here in the
Thank you
corner.
for that, and thank you for also.
Look to your left. Look to your left.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Thank you
That's
for
okay.
also contributing so much for the Kickstarter, dude. I appreciate that. But yes, this is a live Q&A session. Make sure you guys retweet the stream. Let everyone know about this really awesome game.
There's no way
It's
to
super
loot ammo
Sorry,
from
there's
that enemy,
interesting.
right?
There is. You can
Oh.
grab
If you have
ammunition
questions,
from the weapon.
please
and, like,
let
take
me
out
know
the
so I
mag
can
from
ask
the weapon.
the devs.
But you can like swap the weapon altogether.
Oh, this game is so much fun.
But
It's so dope.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't
it does
get
have some
all their
optimization
ammunition
it
off
needs
of
to
them.
do.
That whole process, we felt like
But we're doing
take a
we're
little
doing
long,
co-op right now, so the
that's
game
a
is
little
co-op
game.
and competitive.
We want ammo to be scarce, just like these other things we talked about scarcity. But anyway, sorry. The question was about magazine
Like,
and
customer
clips.
answered. Hey, no problem. We'll have more stuff that people will be answering as well. You're defending yourself.
I thought there was something else about that.
Oh my God! Reload, dude! Reload! Take out your other weapon. Oh, that's a on fire car. Probably should back away from that. You are mean. You're defending yourself. Is it similar to Squad?
Oh, that was a pelvic wound.
Squad? What Squad?
Fun fact: that is actually a thing in shooting. they'll teach
Say
shooters to
similar.
aim
This
for
ain't
the
Tarkov?
pelvis in the tactical
No, this ain't
community.
Tarkov. You have actual indicators where who
Not
your
for reason
teammates
of
are when you're
pain, but
looking
like
at
if you
them.
break a dude's pelvis, they
Why
can't
our
do anything
connection
to
is
you
very high ping?
because they can't move.
I think it's because they I think it's because of the servers they're using
Yeah, that
European
doesn't
servers
sound
right now.
fun.
So that's
Yeah.
why.
No, not very
I
much.
can actually tell you that right now.
Sounds like a whole lot of nothing.
I'll
I'm
ask
in
anyway, though.
Observer cam now. Does that mean
Well,
I'm
this is
permanently dead?
No. Every time we capture an objective, we respawn. So if we get Echo, which I think we will, then we'll all respawn in unless there's a counterattack. Then we gotta wait for them to hold off the counterattack, and then we come in. So again, like just like I was talking about how there's no medic, all of our gameplay is driven around objective capture and team play, getting on the point, not just hanging back and sniping.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that aggression we want out of the players, and that's what brings your teammates back to life.
So I'm like currently in just a floating camera, which I wasn't in before. Is that something
okay.
different?
Yeah, hit the space bar and you should be able to come back in. Maybe left click, right click.
Blocked by enemy, there is someone.
Okay, I see you guys. Oh,
Cool.
actually, so he's right in that courtyard in front of you, I think.
Yeah, he's glitched, I think. There you go.
So another.
And
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say counterattack, so be careful.
Oh.
It's coming in. They're firing mortars at you, but go on. Next question. Yeah.
The next question, I think I know the answer to this, but someone wanted to know about the connection and the pings and what they're experiencing in the beta versus the full release. What people can expect in terms of connections and in terms of pings and like server locations.
One of the things we're doing right now in the beta is evaluating our server needs regarding like, oh, do we need Australian servers, Russian servers? Do we need a US Central, or is East and West just enough? So right now we're gathering a lot of that data that's going to drive that decision. But, excuse me, you can expect the usual suspects. You can expect Asian servers, US West, US East, and European servers, all that kind of thing. We're gonna accommodate as many people as we can to the best of our ability, but also have to be considerate of not just costs, but if we make an Australian server, but there's not that many Australian players, those guys they're never going to be able to find a game, and that's just a frustrating experience. So we have to be considerate to that. It's a balance. We'll get there.
Yeah.
He tried to fake you out, dude.
Oh, there's 2 left.
He's coming in.
Yep. Oh, so close.
Oh. That's okay.
Heartbreaker.
I choked.
That was really good.
How about we switch to PvP a little bit? Let's play some PvP now, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll just click on leave game. One other thing, like obviously there's more maps. We're showing off 3 maps now, but one of the other maps that you can play this co-op mode on those same maps, but if you flip it, you can play as the insurgents fighting the security. So if you guys go to the PvP server, you'll just go back to the play menu, click on versus, browse servers, and you'll see US PvP 1. And I can tell you the password for this is Focus Press Session 2097. Focus Press Session 2097.
Yeah, PvP against the devs.
And Alex, do you think we could?
This is gonna go.
I don't have the ability to do it from my computer.
No
Do you
idea.
think we could switch the map to Refinery Push?
The big difference between this and Squad is the faster pace. You don't build FOBs in the game. Modes work a bit differently.
Sorry,
Gotcha.
Hang on. One more time on that
I love
password.
watching third person. Yo, third person.
That's
is
good. I was
dope.
just asking if we could switch to Refinery
This
Push.
game is so good.
Security, specifically.
Doesn't look like I have the ability on this server.
Large deployable machine guns. Oh my god. Use rocket launcher and grenade launchers. Advisor. Use exotic weapons.
I think my mic cut out. Sorry, when you guys were
I
talking
got
about.
it. There we go. Yeah. No, go on.
But so when you guys were talking about monetization,
Game crashed.
Game crash. Sorry, guys. Okay, we'll try to get that server back up. Everybody, just if you could, please boot the server or boot the game back up and check the server browser. It should come through. Not sure why it crashed, but yes, please go on. A question about the optimization. I think somebody had a question about the monetization. Anyone? No?
Wait, you said it was 2097? You said it was 2097 for the password?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
2097.
Yeah. It didn't crash.
Oh, is
before,
that-
so I think we're good.
Is that Corey? I'm not sure if Corey was supposed to be here. Maybe he's not here.
Yeah, maybe the question you heard, the person got disconnected. There.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just dropped out. My
That's okay.
For some reason Google Chat's dropping in and out, so I'll just occasionally disconnect and reconnect. So monetization, are you guys doing just retail purchase, or you'd said no loot boxes before?
That's correct. There's no loot boxes in the game. There is no monetization for release, period. Nothing is monetized. One of the things we're considering for post-release is allowing people to buy these appearance credits, and then they can use them to unlock gear in the game. However, you can just get these appearance credits from gameplay, right? You just get rewarded them as you level up, and you use these to buy whatever cosmetic item you want directly.
Okay.
So, and that's something we're considering for post-release. We also have considered new content, so new weapons, new maps, maybe new voiceover, new modding support, all that stuff, but that's all going to be free. We're not charging for that. We don't want to split our community.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I mean, admittedly, it's tough for developers because, like, loot boxes got annihilated with Battlefront, but honestly, Rainbow Six Siege had been getting away with the exact same thing for years.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Reykjavik's video about that. He goes into some good detail on it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that I don't know. It's not an awesome practice, I guess. It's not something that we really want for our game. It's fine that other games do it. Like, we're not throwing shade on other developers. It's fine if that's the model they want. But we feel like, for our audience at least, and I don't know, we feel personally that it can just be kind of obnoxious or difficult or annoying. So.
Ooh, I almost got RPG. Jeez.
Sorry, so I dropped out when
Yeah.
you gave the server password again. Can you do that one more time?
Yeah, sure. That's Focus Press Session 2097. I'm actually going to type it into the chat.
Sorry, Aaron. That was my bad.
And we're in PvP Server 1.
There we go. All right, now I'm getting password mismatch. Let me try again.
Are you capitalizing the F, P, and S?
Oh, FPNS. Okay, let me
Yeah.
try that.
I will say I don't know why we made the password so long and complicated and with caps. It was an oversight. I would have just made it like, I don't know, green or something. Like, this mode that we're playing now is called Push. This is one of our PvP modes. It's a more linearly focused game mode where we're capturing one objective at a time and we're pushing one of the enemy team back, the defenders, and while they're trying to stop our advance.
Hoping I'm in the right session with you guys. I think I am.
There are no environmental explosives, right? Because I've been trying to shoot red things, but they don't explode.
Things you shoot?
Like,
Red thing?
normally, many games, when you shoot red cans,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
they explode.
Okay, got you. No, we don't have anything. Well, we do have like a. If you shoot a cash register, it'll pop open, which is funny. If you
I mean,
shoot
that hurts other people. I think.
yeah, if you shoot a fire extinguisher, that'll explode. But yeah, nothing that hurts somebody.
That's the thing.
That sort of thing is cool, but a little too not within our style.
Gaming.
Oh my god.
Sounds like somebody died at the wheel, I think.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, explosions. Woo. They look like they hurt.
Someone just actually flew in front of me.
Yeah, that was.
The ragdolls are pretty cool. Ow.
Sorry. I think we got put on different teams.
Yeah, I think we're mixed up here, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Oh, wait, sorry. Somebody just ran in front of my grenade. I apologize in advance if you die. So we are capturing
What team are you on?
Insurgent.
Okay, as Insurgents, you're defending, so you can
Okay.
see the B objective is blue. That means you own it, but it's flashing, so that means we're trying to take it from you. Because we're the security, and you don't agree with the current government, and we're here to impose our authority on you.
We'll never give up.
I like your rebel voice.
These prefab buildings are ours.
Oh.
Would you say that like the range of weapons is realistic? Because
it's
I've
cosmetics
noticed
and
that
no
you can hit
boxes, I
much
feel you.
farther than it must
I
like
feel you.
FPS games.
Best kind of expression.
I
Shade.
don't remember
know.
if I said that they're
Yo, this
realistic
game is intense,
necessarily.
dude. It's so much fun.
The range of the weapons we
Twitch
have
me.
adjusted. It's been gamified because
What's going on, Ace Dolo?
we wanted bullet drop to be a factor in the game, but we also didn't want it to be like excessive, right? So it's subtle. Most engagements in our game happen like within 10 meters, 20, maybe 30 meters. Not that much of an effect, but if you're sniping or if you're trying to get that long range kill, then it does become a factor.
Gotcha, thank you.
Yeah, I think that approach makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's like bullet drop's cool, and we had to be careful with ourselves. We didn't just want to say, oh, let's have bullet drop and make it drop off after like 20 meters because we have bullet drop. Why wouldn't we use it? That just doesn't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure it feels good, whatever it is. They're upstairs.
No, we're not.
Nobody's
Never
up
mind.
here.
Never mind, guys. Oh god. Bakoni, you laid us out.
Maybe for a second or two. Oh god. Ah, let's go. Load out. Let's see if I can put a different.
Yeah, please, guys. If you hit the M key and you play with the loadout system, this is a pretty big part of Insurgency. Is finding different weapons that work for your playstyle or fit the role for that particular match and what you need. There's different classes. There's the Commander, the Observer, which I showed you, but there's also others like the Breacher, who gets the SMGs and the shotguns. Gunner gets the big heavy machine guns. Marksmen are snipers. You got like the Advisor, who has access to the cool, expensive weapons, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm using the Advisor right now. Pretty cool.
Yeah. The Mark 17 is quite sweet.
Circling back on an earlier conversation, so you said there's no unlock tree?
Correct. The only unlocks that you get is you level up, you get to the next rank, and you get a free cosmetic, and then you get some points, which you can use to direct buy whatever cosmetic you want. But yeah, there's nothing is unlocked. The only way you get weapons and upgrades is it's restricted by class. So if you want the SMG, you have to play a Breacher. If you want to use a suppressor, you can only use it on certain weapons within the classes that have suppressors, namely the Breacher and the Advisor. Does that make sense?
Yep, totally.
And again, like, it's not really about the unlocks for us. It's not about, I don't know, I'm sure you guys play Modern Warfare 2. Remember how overpowered the ACR was?
Oh man, that gun was amazing, but yeah, super overpowered.
It was super good.
Yeah.
And like that was the meta was like, oh, you know, keep playing until you get the ACR, and then you'll be good enough at the game. And it was at level like, I don't know, 30 or 40 something. We don't want to avoid that. This is about the gameplay. It's about the teamwork. Our meta should be the cooperation between people and the use of the mechanics that are all there for you at your disposal. So we want people to think tactically and strategically using those things, not like, oh, I need to grind out until I get the good stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, fun fact about that ACR, Remington makes the ACR, the gun company, and after Modern Warfare 2 came out, their sales went way up with the ACR.
Thank you, Cypher. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Makes
Heading
sense.
off. I appreciate the
There's,
go.
there's now a military
Get some
entertainment
work
complex, which is interesting.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that's a thing in the States.
Do you have another question? Sometimes
Yeah.
after matches, it seemed you didn't get EXP.
I'm actually in
even if
America
it was a
myself. I'm
win.
from New
Is
Jersey,
that
but I'm out
intentional?
here in our Amsterdam
not.
studio.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I'll ask it though.
So that's why I have a bad ping. I'm in Paris with our publisher Focus.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean-
actually, yeah.
I don't know. To be fair, like, it's a weird like testament that people play with firearms in this country, where in other parts of the world it's like a goddamn hazard to everybody's life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a sensitive issue, and
yeah.
one of the things that I don't know we like about video games is like it's safe, it's fun, you get the exhilaration, you get to play with the cool machines and shoot cool guns.
Without
But,
even getting hurt.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
everybody-
just virtual. It's just play.
Everybody goes home with a smile.
Everybody what has a smile?
I said everybody goes home with a smile rather than like
Yeah.
the real version that sucks.
Yeah.
A little, actually, speaking of which, a little bit about the history of our company. I'm not sure if you guys might be familiar. Our founder and CEO was actually I just planted the cache. I'm gonna hit this button.
Uh-oh. No!
At the end of a push round, we have to find a weapon cache, and I snuck in the back door and I planted an explosive, and then I left and blew it up.
That was sneaky for sure.
Very sneaky.
Pretty sneaky. So
I was
yeah,
already
again,
dead.
like one person can make the difference. So it's not like you're totally held back by your teammates because the game is so lethal. You can
Okay,
move to where you need to move.
Was if you only
And
get
let's try
experience-
a try a
okay,
new
gotcha.
map now. I think
Yo, what's going on, Blue Flame? Pro quesadilla.
Let's go
Yo,
to
Steve
hideout.
Boy, what's up?
push security is fun.
So someone else had a question as well. Do you only get experience from certain game modes, or is it across the board? Because they had a thing happen when they were playing where they didn't get experience at the end of a match. So I'm wondering if that's a bug or if that's intentional.
That might be a bug, but it also might be because in co-op, when you lose, you don't get much experience. You have to win in co-op to get the experience. We're still tweaking those values and that weight,
Okay.
but that's the way it is now. Also, it's worth mentioning that the way the experience works is it's time-based, mostly. 75% time, 25 skill. So if you're just not in a match for very long, you won't get much XP.
Okay.
If you win, you get bonus XP and all that good stuff.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, we were founded in 2010, but before that, we were modders. In fact, our game director and CEO, Jeremy Blum, founded the original Red Orchestra when it was an Unreal Tournament mod when he was 14 years old.
Oh wow.
Which is pretty cool, right? Yeah, I always like to share that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, sure.
How do I drive?
You hit the F key, you get in the driver's seat, look at the wheel, and then hit the F key again to grab it.
Thank you.
That's okay. You can draw a pistol when you're in the driver's seat, and that makes you let go of the wheel because you need to hold the pistol.
Okay.
That's actually noted, though, like that it was a little confusing. I see why you would be confused by that. But anyway, Insurgency was a mod first for Half-Life 2, which came out in 2007. And we decided, you know what, this is worth becoming a standalone project. We founded a team. We were mostly just people working from all over the world, contractors, kind of with a mod philosophy. And we released 2014, and it was to a great success. We used our Steam's early access program because our Kickstarter failed. And we were quite fortunate, actually, because it was before there was a negative association with early access. And also, players noticed the changes that we made. The game changed drastically in early access. After that, we did about 3 years worth
They
of
are
free
planning
content.
to make
Maps,
that a thing.
new
It's not
weapons,
in right now, but it will be.
new voiceover. I did all the voices in Insurgency. I joined the team as a writer and voice actor. And we also added in new features, new modes, all different kinds of content for a few years. Made a World War II shooter called Day of Infamy, which was very much inspired by Day of Defeat. And decided, you know what, we want to move this Insurgency experience onto Unreal Engine 4. There's more we want to do with it. And that's what brings us to where we are today.
So what kind of challenges came with, completely overhauling for a new engine?
I think it was a learning process, just getting to work with the new engine. The way level design, for instance, works. With Source, it's very brush-based. You can just draw a rectangle and then make that rectangle pretty and turn it into a wall. Whereas with UE4, you actually have to have an artist make a wall, and then you can use that and pop down these walls.
So Theory, they answered the question
a more
earlier.
beautiful
How
map,
much will the
but it also
performance
makes
be
a little harder to test.
improved by launch?
Again,
I don't think they have estimated numbers in terms of how much it'll be improved, but they are improving it. They are working on optimization.
New tech in general.
One of the things that they're doing right now and kind of struggling with is the fact that Everything is
Dealing
being
with
rendered
optimizing
completely
on a
throughout
different
the
engine
entire map,
and
including characters and
all that
including
kind of
equipment that
thing.
they
But
have.
honestly, like
And
a lot
so
of
the
it
reason
was
why you're
was good.
experiencing so much
Like,
slowdown or
Unreal's a
frame
great
drops
engine.
is because it's
We have
rendering
awesome support from
everything
Epic.
when it's not supposed
We
to be.
advanced as far as engine technology
so
goes. We advanced like
that is the reason why it is giving you
14
issues.
years, you know, because Source came out in 2003 and it's showing its age.
Yeah, it's definitely been a while.
They need our help. Good to go. Guys, do we seriously not have a commander?
Oh god. Ran out of bullets.
That smoke grenade is clutch. So I feel like smoke grenades in this game are so much more valuable than they are in many other games because
Oh my god, yeah.
the time to kill is so tiny. All it takes is a few well-placed shots in these wide open areas. How do you get across, right?
Exactly. It's like this map in particular. I kind of wanted to show this map because I wanted to demonstrate exactly that. Like it's really important to throw smoke grenades. Otherwise, when you move in the open, it just takes 1 or 2 shots even to kill you. So what the security team can try to do is throw smoke grenades on that bridge, under that bridge, cover their advance. Once they get up in close, then the insurgents are just kind of screwed.
They're all upstairs.
They can also call in helicopters using their commanders and observers, and they can. Oh shit! Are they upstairs? Fuck. Ow! Fuck. Sorry. Yeah, you can also call in smoke artillery using the commander and the observer, call in a helicopter, a jet to strike the building, all that kind of thing.
I don't know which side. Are you guys on the insurgents or the?
I think we're
Just
split up a
security.
little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're split up. So I'm one of the attackers.
There is no like indicators that you're being aimed at, like scope glint or stuff like that, right?
Correct. No, in general we have a pretty low. In general, we have a pretty low. Oh shit! I did a double take there. I didn't know.
Oh, that scope glint Battlefield bothers me so much. It's like
Oh,
the exact.
grenaded.
It's like 100% the opposite of what a sniper rifle is. Like a sniper rifle that gives away your position.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually not familiar with the mechanic. How does it work?
If you aim at somebody with a sniper rifle in Battlefield, they get like a massive scope glint.
Oh, they see it. They
Yeah,
okay.
there's like
I
a
see.
flare.
Gotcha. Yeah. Again, our whole
the
philosophy
sniper
is,
here indication.
Yeah.
right. Our whole philosophy is minimalism, where we want the player to
like to
learn
snipe,
that
but in
themselves.
Battlefield it's kind of okay. You actually aim someone, you're dead.
And the weird thing is they had other mechanics in that game that were way better. They just had trace for a while, so like you just kind of see where the round was coming from.
Okay, we have that too. We have tracer rounds. You just choose to equip them. Like they don't cost any supply even. It's just an option for you.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like sniping on this one because there is a lot of like open, wide space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that guy there, you're dead.
It depends on the map, of course, but yeah, we think sniping feels good in our game because, like, you know, it only takes like 1 or 2 shots to kill, and the blood effects are cool, and the ragdolls are cool.
Back in action.
Okay, time to move.
As you can see in this mode push, like you're capturing one objective at a time. You guys took, or the security took alpha, which means you got a bunch more waves and your time got extended.
Okay, gotcha.
Every time you spawn in groups, like groups of the dead will come in back to life, and this expends one of the waves, which you can see at the bottom.
I see. So the objective of the insurgents at this point is to just hold people off until they either run out of waves or run out of time.
Exactly, yeah.
Take it down.
Someone's getting into a knife fight on C. I don't know if you guys are spectating. He got killed.
I did see that. I felt guilty for shooting at him.
No, shoot him. He's trying to fucking kill you.
Oh, almost had you. Killed by Karim.
Yeah, she's actually a competitive player in our community. She's pretty good.
Yeah, I almost had her. Almost had her.
I saw. I was spectating. The AKM suppressors in general are like more helpful than you'd think because sound is so important.
Yeah.
Especially when again things are minimal.
And I noticed that a lot of games will, if you equip a suppressor, it'll reduce your range dramatically. It seems like the balancing that you're doing for this is more so about what you're able to equip and slot in, rather than like giving you a penalty for damage. But is there a damage fall off with suppressors at all from a distance or anything? Or
no, there is not, and that's exactly what we're going for. Is we want it's a matter of like, yeah, you can get a suppressor, but it's 3 supply. It's expensive, and that's fine. But it's also limited by class, and those classes who use it, they should be using it to their advantage. Like if a player's playing as a breacher or a sniper, they should probably get that suppressor so they can perform their role better and help the team capture or defend the objective.
Makes sense.
So I'm glad you pointed that out though, because like again, it's about the expense. It's not about gamifying them, because actually in real life, suppressors just straight up make weapons better.
Yeah, right. So why would you not have it on?
Yeah, the reason why people don't do it is just like in real life, they're expensive and they're just another thing to be maintained.
They break pretty easy. So.
Well, I'm kind of struck by. It's interesting. I feel like the PvP and the co-op doesn't feel that different. Maybe it's just the way we're playing, but.
Yeah, and I agree.
It depends on the mode. The next thing that we'll do, we'll play some PvP, which is very radically different. We're playing the competitive. This mode is, it's similarly linear, but we also have other modes where there's different weapon caches you have to destroy. So you have to destroy the enemy's cache and capture their objectives, and it's non-linear. You can just go to any objective that you want. Then the strategy becomes, all right, keep people on our points and attack theirs.
I think that was a testament to the fact that the AI plays very aggressively and also realistically, in the sense that you're not really sure if you're playing against AI or players, or they're shooting you as soon as they see you, type of thing.
Or maybe the opposite team plays like bots.
Yeah.
What team are you on?
That's good, I hope. Yeah, again, like I think I said at the beginning, like our whole deal is that we want everybody to. We want every kind of FPS player to be at home, and we put equal effort into each experience.
Well, this
started out
was pretty large, actually. You can snipe pretty well
like
here in comparison to a lot of other games. Like, it's got a lot of tight quarter stuff as well, but
yeah.
Like I'll be a sniper and show you guys what that's like.
Single player campaign or anything like that?
I know we did have one planned, a story mode, but unfortunately we had to cancel it for reasons of mainly just time. We honestly bit off a lot more than we could chew. We were super ambitious. We realized, wait, this is a new engine, and our community wants a multiplayer experience.
Gotcha.
And we have so much, even just that we can improve. Because again, like we didn't have a competitive mode at all in Insurgency. It's something our community, they made their own leagues, they made their own firefight game mode variation. They modded it. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, why not do it ourselves? And improving the co-op and adding fire support and vehicles, bigger maps and better visuals, just a dozen and then some, like new mechanics. And this is the focus that we wanted.
Yeah, makes sense.
We might consider it for post-release, but we'll have to see. Right now, we're just focused on the multiplayer for release and post-release as well.
Yep, you got that alley covered pretty well.
One funny thing that I noticed is that, like, yeah, the bullets are more lethal and all that, but since people are a lot more careful as well, you die a lot less than other shooters.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, like, I keep saying scarcity, but you know what I mean. Like, it's about making there's risk. There's risk to everything you do in Insurgency, and we don't have like a team deathmatch mode where it's like, oh, I died, whatever. That's part of the experience. Is me making sure I die a little less than the enemy. Here it's not about that. It's about, okay, let me focus on the objective. I can do meaningful things with my life as while I'm alive. I don't need to be just spamming the enemy with my body, right?
Yep.
It's a silly way to put it, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah, totally. Feels a little bit like more RPG-ish, but in the role-playing sense of the word, not in the like stats sense.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's true, especially with the customization
You're behind us.
and the actual roles that you play as the classes.
Yeah, saw a bullet drop in action with that one shot though. Yeah,
the
so
spot and
it
stuff
does
as
happen
well.
over long distances.
That,
Oh, sorry. Someone was saying that they saw a little bit of bullet drop. I just switched to a sniper class just to show my stream what that's like playing this, and they said they noticed the bullet drop just a little bit when I was sniping from a distance.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's subtle, and we want it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're a sniper and you're shooting at long range, like yeah, but like hey, if you're on the objective and there's a guy in front of you, it would be silly of us to try to force bullet drop at short distances.
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
Okay, I have more curiosity questions. Like, why would you equip the red dot? Sorry, the laser sight on a long range weapon? Because it seems like it's just a way to like give you away your position.
It's true. Yeah, I personally don't ever use it because I'm afraid of that unless I'm playing co-op maybe. But yeah, I prefer not to. Prefer to. Oh shit! Sorry, got killed. Yeah, I prefer to just not do that, or rather spend my supply on something else. But remember, you can turn it on and off, and like if you're clearing a room and you're obvious.
You can turn it on. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that you could turn it off.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's something we need to make more obvious. But yeah,
Yeah,
if you press the G
You
key.
are a little like you don't tell people many things. I think.
Yeah, well,
At least in
it's
beta.
true. Like it's something that players do need to learn, but we could do a better job at teaching them. One thing we have that's not in the game yet is a tutorial. Where you
So there
learn
is going to be a
those
tutorial.
things. Yeah.
Because at the moment, it's like the only thing that I've noticed is that the game may be a little bit less welcoming to new players.
Yeah, it's not. It's true. It's very true. And even here in Paris, we were talking about that with one of the other journalists. He was German, and so he was trying to find the best words to describe it in English, and he described it as quite depressing to be dying so much, which I thought was funny. And yeah, and I told him like, yeah, you're right. Like we need to. I can understand like a new player jumps in, they die 3 times, and they're like, okay, well I didn't kill anything, and I don't know what's going on, and what do these letters mean at the bottom of the screen? It's true. So that's something we want to work through with the tutorial, and we have other ideas like the checkpoint co-op experience we just played. Doing like a single player version of that with respawn waves. There's a bunch of ideas that we have that we're exploring, but the one thing for sure we're gonna have is tutorial, and also like a page of lessons basically, which is like 50 different, or not 50, but a bunch of different descriptions of all the mechanics. Like you'd go to the lessons, you'd go to the reloading section, and you'd see the speed reload, you'd see magazine information, etc., etc.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Everything
things.
is just explained.
There's a lot of things in your game that are not in pretty much any other shooter, so it's kind of difficult to actually just get in.
Exactly. Yeah. So we need.
I
It's,
would
it's
have
on us
had-
to. Yeah.
Absolutely no idea about the speed reload thing, for instance.
Yeah.
And I
and how
played
could
like
you,
5
right?
hours yesterday. Never noticed it.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so that is on us, and we have to make sure we explain that intuitively.
So is there no fall damage at all?
There is fall
There
damage.
It totally is.
Yuji Lee, thank you so
Did
much
you-
for that
did you
follow,
die?
dude.
Oh.
Appreciate that.
Oh, not
Is
now,
Mike
but I
still
did
doing most of the
yesterday
voices
quite
of
a
the game, or do
couple
they use
times.
other voice actors? It sounds like it. So,
There's
oh, sorry.
the
Go
way
ahead.
it works. Just real quick, the way it works is if you fall and you like hurt your leg, you'll hear your character wince, but that doesn't contribute to your bullet health, I guess you could say. Like it's not like if you fall, if you got shot in the arm and you fall out of a building, that damage doesn't add up, right? Because why would you die if, like, normally that you would have survived that height. So it's a separate damage, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like a second floor, you die though, right? Something like that.
Well, yeah, probably. I think it depends.
So, another question. You mentioned before that you were doing some voice acting for the characters. Did you do most of the voice acting for this game as well, or did you have a lot of different people doing voice acting?
Oh no, we had a bunch of different people do the voiceover.
Nice.
We had a lot of really talented actors. We worked with Side, Town Agency. We actually worked with the director of Battlefield 1's voiceover. He was great. I'm the writer. I did write all the dialogue. I did the voice of the support helicopter actually.
Nice.
And yeah, we it was cool. In Insurgency, I did literally every single voice in the game, which was like 4 different characters. And in Dave Infamy, I did a voice too, but now as the lead game designer, I'm more focused on directing those things and also writing and directing the voiceover itself. But yeah, it's something I hope you guys really like because I'm of course very invested in it. It's the thing I started gaming doing. We wanna have the characters reflect the intensity of the gameplay. And that's why you hear so much screaming and cursing.
Yeah, no, it's totally. It has that feel, man. Like it feels like it's chaotic. It feels like it's high risk.
Cool, good. That's exactly. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's a vehicle.
How does the ID work? Is it just a remote detonated?
Correct. It's just like C4.
Yeah.
He also made a bullet sound with his mouth.
Is there a class within an RPG?
Yes, the demolitions.
Oh, nice. Give that a try.
So we're security now, and I see somebody was quite smart. They called in smoke artillery on Alpha. So now we can move to impunity. You always got to be careful, of course, because when you call in artillery, it could land on your teammates.
Yeah.
The shells, they don't care what flesh they're tearing up.
Oops. Like this would be a perfect time to be a sniper.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. But on the security team, it's open. There's 2 slots, which is good because we should be advancing anyway.
Right. And so you can really, like, those slots are more like you literally can't be that class if all the slots are taken.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually glad you pointed that out. Yeah, we don't want to play a game where you spawn in and everybody is sniping when you're on offense and push. It's not fun. And yeah, it's something where you're going to play one of those classes, you assume a responsibility.
Right.
Especially as the commander or the observer.
Right. The vehicles get destroyed in the first minute of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, great, we have a truck. Oh, never mind.
LOL, JK.
Yeah. And that's vehicles in our game is interesting. Our philosophy is kind of different. Most trucks with machine guns on them in like a Battlefield type game or Arma even, it's like, oh, this is transport, and like, yeah, I guess you could shoot guys if you feel like it. But with us, it's like, oh, this is a mobile turret because it's got a face shield on it, which will stop rounds really effectively, and it can just tear it into people that try to cross the wrong street. You don't want to be in a bad part of town where there's an MG in the road. It's no good.
It's a beta. Yeah, it has bugs. That guy floating, it was pretty funny.
Come on, go, yalla.
like that. Yeah, I'm in a building right now, just trying to find a vantage spot. But I like that the buildings have a lot of complexity to them. It's not just a very one-dimensional building style for each building.
Well, thanks. Yeah, no, every building is supposed to be like we have doors, right? And we have room breaching. You can knock down doors, and we wanted every building to be a problem for whoever it is that needs to clear it, right? And it shouldn't be an easy problem to solve. So it's important to enter them carefully but quickly at the same time, and use flashbangs, grenades, that sort of thing. The way our objectives work is they're often set on these buildings, so you gotta keep into account all the different angles when you enter, etc.
Aaron just used that shotgun.
Yeah. Shotguns, yeah. Our shotguns are like a good balance of realism and gaminess. I don't know if you guys played Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Remember the shotgun in that? It was like you'd shoot it and like it was like out to your shoulder was the spread.
Right.
But in this one, it's actually a cone. It's not like a randomized assortment of pellets. It spreads out in a cone in front of it that gradually expands, and you can still kill guys at range.
Okay, that's good. I know a lot of games they try that gamey part, so they try to make it only able to do damage up close, and that can be frustrating a little bit when you're trying to be useful in a situation like this where it's not only up close.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's why you gotta bring a pistol. That's why I made shotguns cheap, is so you could spend your supply on other things too.
Oh, my head was still visible. Damn it. Why not make shotgun secondaries? I mean, I guess that's a decent question. Is it?
We did.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, if the question is, will we make shotgun secondaries? We've talked about that, but the shotgun is still like a viable weapon, and to make it a secondary would be like having two primaries.
Yeah.
It's something that would make sense narratively, but only if like you're literally just using it with slugs to breach doors. And for us, like it's still a game. It's still kind of gamey in that it's a primary weapon to kill people with.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one just to show them what that's like.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. So get ready for some sweet kills.
Is this a shotgun suppressor? Let's go.
Do it, dude. Do it. Live it up. live the high supply lifestyle.
Live your best life.
They do exist, by the way. It's I don't know if you guys saw No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
The most memorable suppressed shotgun.
Yeah, it was the first time I've ever seen it. It was then. I was like, oh my god, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Is there a restricted area like the enemy spawn point or something?
Yeah, if you get too close to the enemy spawn, you'll enter the restricted area.
Ah, gotcha.
Or if you get on like a flank where like it's just unfair coming out of their spawn or whatever.
Yeah, I followed a guy with a knife for like a minute and I couldn't slice him because I wasn't out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like a gameplay thing. Like we don't want people camping in shitty spots, and when we make our maps big and open and our HUD minimal, we kind of create these situations.
Yeah, if you want to, like, I would suggest putting a direction on where you get out of the restricted area as soon as possible.
Yeah.
That's, I was like wondering for a while and was like, how do I get out of this?
That's actually a pretty interesting idea. Yeah.
So I accidentally just shot a teammate not too long ago, and with a shotgun, and they didn't die immediately. Is friendly fire reduced fire as well?
Correct.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
correct.
God. Okay, good. Good.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If he's wearing armor, like you might survive a shotgun shell, but they'll kill people. Yeah, as long as you're close enough, because again, the pellets do spread.
Yeah.
Okay, we've taken all the points, and now at the very final wave, the attackers are trying to destroy the enemy's weapon cache, and they lose all their waves. So there's like a last stand. This is a good opportunity for the clutch to happen, where if the insurgents can pull it off and kill 9 waves of us. I've seen it happen. I've seen like 8 waves being held off. If you're on the security right now and you listen, that's my voice of the helicopter.
Maybe not a great idea to use a shotgun and try to take out a vehicle from that far away.
Yeah, it is a situational weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah. It makes sense for me to be using it right now, which is fine.
Yeah, we're like breaching a building now, looking for the cache.
Oh, damn it. Cutting got me 5 times. I think the only times I've died in this game I've been cutting. Whoever this person does not like me.
Oh yeah.
Aimed outside. There you go. Nice. Oh no. But yeah, friendly fire is a huge problem in the beta because of new people. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Dude, this game is fun. This game is so much fun.
Good game.
Good game, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
We're gonna switch over to some competitive now, but thank you for playing.
Oh my.
Yeah. So if you guys hit escape and then click leave game, we're all gonna back out. We're gonna hop into.
This is a heads up. I probably have time for one more game.
Okay, cool. If you go to, again, just go to the browse servers button under versus. So play versus browse servers. And then you can see Firefight 1. We can all just join Firefight 1. There should be enough space for all of us. Password is the same as the first password you see in the Hangouts chat. Focus press session 3067.
All right, we're in. Will they add older? Okay, so question: will you be adding older maps in the new game?
We are considering it. Yep. In fact, some of the maps that we've played have layouts that are pretty heavily inspired by older maps.
Nice.
But we also might just do some straight up direct ports. A lot of our older maps were super cool. People remember them. There's nostalgic appeal, but they'll play pretty well. And plus, like, there's old maps like Sinjar where we had, like, in the background there was a jet that came in and fired its autocannon, and went, and that was just atmosphere. Though. It never hurt anyone.
Gotcha.
But now we actually have that jet, and that jet can come in and hurt people.
Right.
So are you guys in the server? Is everything okay?
I dropped out. So US press event Firefight 1.
Yep, that's right.
And then what's the password again?
Focus press session 3067. And then the F, P, and S are all capitalized for those words. And I think we have enough time for 1 or 2 rounds, and then we'll do a little Q&A.
Completely different class setup on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's more open, as you can see. The goal being we wanted this to be more about okay, the playing field is pretty even. Take whatever you want, and the strategy and tactics here is about the coordination with your team. It's a 5v5 traditionally, but you can play with 3v3 or whatever just as well. This is what we're going to do now. Is there anybody still joining though? Anybody not in the server?
For some reason,
am in.
Still trying to get the password to work.
Okay. If you look in the chat and you look at the here, I'll just post it again.
I think we might have 7, Mikey, because
7?
We had 1 drop yet.
That's okay.
Get going.
We had another question.
Okay.
LCP said, "What sort of post-launch content are we looking at?" I think you answered that a little bit earlier, but if there's anything else,
No, it's fine. It was weapons, maps, maybe voiceover, new cosmetics. I didn't mention that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this would be free. We don't want to split up our community, as the thought. I can't speak to what specifically will be coming, but we already have stuff in the pipeline, and you'll see. I think people will like it.
Nice.
In this mode, it's non-linear. We have to capture all the objectives or kill the enemy team, but you only respawn when you capture an objective.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Now, should have been more cautious.
That's okay. An adjustment.
How do you change fire modes again?
X, as in X-ray.
Okay, looks like it finally worked.
I'm hit.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. No. It's everybody's leaving the office right now, so we're the
Okay.
only ones left. That's okay. We'll play a couple rounds of this, and then I want to take some time to just answer questions.
Gotcha.
We have a train to get back to Amsterdam.
Yeah. No, this has been really helpful though. Thank you for this, and the community that I'm streaming to are eating this up right now, so it's perfect.
Oh, that warms my heart. So I appreciate you saying that.
Absolutely. What about the Steam Workshop? What we'll be able to download?
We're gonna have Steam Workshop support post-release.
Okay.
So first, our plan, and I'm just saying our plan now. Our plan is to have custom map support first, just like Insurgency, and then beyond that, we'll probably have new maybe weapon skins or new model replacements for the weapons. They're just cosmetic, maybe even character model replacements. However, we have to figure out how that would work with our customization system. A bunch of things like that.
Gotcha.
So we can't be specific, but I can say we were born as modders. I still play mods to this day, and this is an important part of the medium as far as we're concerned. We want to empower players to be able to make what they want out of our games.
Right.
And it's again, not to throw shade on other developers, but it's just a bit of a shame that it's not as important as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like games as a service has changed everything to where it's just like a couple of games eating up kind of the bandwidth. Whoa.
Why would you let people make content in your game? That might mean that they're not going to buy your content.
Right.
I guess that's the motivation. Honestly, like, I don't know. Granted, this is coming from the perspective of an indie FPS developer, which is quite like small, but we feel like if you allow modding, not only is that like goodwill, which makes your company look better and would make you sell more units, but it's also just like, oh, this mod is so cool, but I need to own the game. I guess I'll just buy the game.
Yeah.
And that's like, there you go. There's your sale. Like, what happened with DayZ? What happened with Counter-Strike? Like, people bought games to play those mods, but it doesn't seem to be the trend at the moment. Again, like, we have an old school philosophy and we're a smaller team. To give you an idea, there's like, 1,200 people at Riot. There's like, however, hundreds of many people at all the Call of Duty games, at Treyarch and Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Then there's 500 DICE developers. There's less than 40 of us. So, and we're like all spread out all over the world. We have a studio in Denver. We have a studio in Amsterdam, but most of us are just contractors.
Gotcha.
Got people in Mexico and Czech Republic, wherever. Even World War III is located in Poland. They're double our size, at 90 or something people.
That's another interesting one. I feel like World War III is one of those games where there's a lot of excitement because nobody's actually seen it played yet. So the question is, what happens when, I don't know, we'll see at Gamescom what they actually have.
Oh yeah, no, it's true, yeah, and like, you never know, right, till you get in there. I will say though, like, I'm pretty excited. Like, I like the Battlefield games. They're a little too fast for me now, but I liked the earlier ones, especially like OG Battlefield 2, not Bad Company 2, but Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get that kind of vibe from it.
Battlefield's gotten, I don't know, Battlefield's gotten a bit, this is just my personal opinion, but it's kind of stale. They like really could, I think there's room for somebody to come along and redo that genre. Kind of how like Fortnite just completely like annihilated PUBG.
People do seem hungry for a hardcore shooter experience, and honestly, that's like kind of what we're going for too, right? Now, granted, like, we're not Battlefield. We are much closer quarters. We're much more lethal. We're, much more realistic, both in our mechanics and our aesthetic. So, like, that's us. If you guys actually want to back out now, we can do the Q&A because we're running out of time here, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just gonna back out, and like now we can just focus purely on answering questions if you guys have any. before we take off in like 10 minutes or so. But yeah, to answer that question, yes, it's true. I'm looking forward to trying it. I actually reached out to them on Twitter, and I was like, "Hey man, like, can I come play World War III?" Because I'm excited. Like, we're all in this for the same reason.
From a journalism standpoint, it's one of those games where Gamescom will probably make or break. Like they've hyped it, and now they have to actually show what it is.
Yeah, it's a interesting perspective. Yeah, I see what you mean.
What was that game mode called that we just did?
That was Firefight, and it was Push Firefight. I'm sorry, it was 5v5 Firefight. We have that mode in the regular versus play, but when we play competitive, it's knocked down to 5 versus 5. It's a much faster time limit, and the capture times are adjusted and loadouts are adjusted, that sort of thing. But yeah, that was Firefight, and we were a little distracted, and it's unfortunate we're running out of time. But normally, the best way to play that experience is in TeamSpeak or Discord now, because yeah, it's 2018, I guess.
Yeah.
And coordinating your attacks and capturing objectives, and the way that it works is when you capture that objective and you get your teammates back, there's just this whole strategy that develops between, do I move, do I defend, how many are left, do I just kill them all, can I clutch it? It's very clutch potential capable.
Yeah, it's difficult to show you guys what it's like on this call, but like in the competitive games, everybody knows callouts for specific areas, everybody's covering angles, and they know timings, and there's a huge meta around the current firefight scene, and we expect that'll continue into Sandstorm as well.
Earlier question, I just didn't write it down. What was the engine that you guys are working on now?
This is Unreal Engine 4 we're using, specifically version 4.19. We might be upgrading to 420 post-release, but I can't say that for sure. That's just something that we're considering.
Either way, it's up to you.
It looks weird question. Sorry,
Okay.
No, please.
Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was wondering, are you guys even like dreaming of a battle royale mode or something like that? Something similar to that? Or it's just crazy for you?
No. I'm glad you asked that question. It's not a weird question. It is something that we've talked about. Like, I like PUBG. I have fun with it. It's like a great game to play with your buddies. I keep talking about like how intense our game is, but like, man, the stakes are real high in PUBG when you're in that final circle, dude. Like, it doesn't get any more clenchy than that. But yeah, we're not sure if it would work well with our style. We feel like it could. It is pretty lethal, so we'd have to maybe figure out how that would work with health and such. But honestly, like, it's something that we've talked about, but we don't have any plans for it. It's something we'd explore post-release. We want to deliver our experience first. And if there's a demand for it and we're interested, yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to design. So we'll see.
Maybe that right now that the field is also a little bit like crowded.
Yeah, also true. Even our publisher, like, we work with Focus, and part of the background noise, guys, sorry, I'm just throwing some stuff in bags so we can run. But basically, like, our publisher is publishing a game from the X-Stalker devs called Fear of the Wolves, you guys might have heard of.
Yeah.
And that, it's just a crowded market, and like, it's a question of, do we want to do our thing, or do we want to try to do our take on somebody else's thing? I don't know, not to say like everybody's copying each other, but you know what I mean. Like, do we want to go for something unique, or? Yeah, it's true. But like, at the same time, they're within the rights to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, all game development is somehow derivative. Like,
yeah,
pretty much impossible to do something completely new.
Exactly. Nobody says capture the flag. They're just aping Quake now. How ridiculous! Like,
yeah, some people just change the names.
Yeah, it's true. It's
of
true.
the modes, but they're still the same modes, right? With some maybe spin, but in the end, that there is only so many things that you can do with killing each other with rifles, right?
It's true.
So it sounds like your philosophy for map design, for what you've been saying, is larger maps but close quarters battle.
Yeah, we did want to increase the size of our maps and like have the vehicles in there, but only supplementally, only as mobile turrets, as I was saying before. But above all else, like, we're a close quarters infantry combat game. There's no we're not. That's why it's always kind of silly to hear people compare us to Squad or Battlefield. Well, not silly, but it can be misleading because it's so much closer. It's so much more lethal, even.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the map can get bigger, but as long as the action's tight, then you just have more close quarters areas to fight over.
I know that's a really difficult thing to try to balance, but I think you guys did a really good job of, again, like making the maps large, but like most of my engagements throughout this entire time have been close quarters of some sort. Even though you can still use long range engagement if you got like a sniper rifle or something, it's still encouraging close quarters combat.
Yeah, exactly. Especially getting on the objective and all that stuff. It's true. Thank you. I'm glad you feel that.
Absolutely.
On the web design side, I've noticed there are some, like, how much of attention you
this is a dev. This is
put
a Mike.
into the buildings making
Firefight definitely
sense.
Yo,
Because I actually
co-op is
noticed that there are
actually really
some
fun. I'll show you
buildings that
guys
have
some more
some
co-op as
areas that
well.
are not accessible. Like in the desertish map, there was a building with a minaret, and I was like, oh, that's a perfect sniping position. But I couldn't find a way to actually get up there because there was no stair.
Yeah, no, that's true. We it's actually funny you mentioned that. One of the things that we're still doing as far as level design goes is figuring out those higher vantage points and stuff and making sure every space is intuitive enough for like, oh, I can go there and now I can go. And recently we had to make this decision, unfortunately, in order to hit release, that we had to cut ladders out of the game because we didn't have the time to finish up the animations in order to make that looking good. So there's actually some areas that are still in the maps that might feel, oh, I should be able to get here, but it's because we don't have ladders anymore.
Which
So
is really quiet
this is
to
something
Discord.
that we're still working through.
It's not
and we're
Discord,
putting stairwells where
unfortunately.
they need to be. And
It's
part of
Google
the
Hangout, so that's why my voice.
reason we're doing a beta is to figure out what those
I don't have
areas
any
are
control over their voices
and
right now.
where
So
players
sorry,
can have that
guys.
vantage points. It's
Very
part of
sorry.
a broader question of just testing the maps.
Yeah, of course.
You want to play
Maybe
your
some
ASO?
of
The
those
game's
are
available
even
for
maybe a little bit
pre-order.
to
If you pre-order it
advantages.
now, you can get into the beta.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And that's another
definitely
thing
do
is,
this. If I
like,
have codes,
we
eventually
can't
I will give
like
you guys
have a
codes.
tower
but
on every objective, right?
Windows
Because then
volume
people
mixing.
are just going to hang
Well,
out at the
that
tower.
will lower the volume of
snipe,
everything for me as
or
well.
just
and
get
I
up in
still
the
need to be
tower
able
and
to
just
hear
get
it
RPG.
properly.
So it could be a difficult position.
Gotcha.
It seemed like the doors were a bit unfinished. So is there a what's the intention there? Is it a like kicking? Is it an opening? Is it a
Excuse me. Yep. There is a bug with them. You could fix it if you reconnected, but basically, like, you'll interact and they won't move. But that's something we're still figuring out. The way it works is you can open it with just the use key, and you open it quietly, or you can bash it open very quickly with the melee button, and that'll open it quickly, or force it off the hinges. One of the things we wanted to do with doors is make the decision of making entry on a building and going through a door a little more tactical. So doors are one way. Unlike most video games, you could either just always push or something because it's more intuitive. Our doors are push or pull, and that's what the icon indicates. So if you're breaching a room and you have a pull door, you want to be careful and say, okay, I'm going to get on the left here, and I'm going to look inside, and I'm just going to gently open this, or just you bash it and it just falls out the hinge, and then it's gone. So different tactical decisions of how you're going to make entry on a room, and you need to do that in a split second before you enter a room.
I was going to say, we have to leave now, guys, in order to make the last train back to Amsterdam. But we want to thank you guys for coming along. We really appreciate the time you spent with us. If you do have any more questions, we are more than happy to answer all the questions you've got. You can either send an email to media@newworldinteractive.com, press@newworldinteractive.com, or even just leave the messages in the text chat here in this group. And Mike and I will do our best to reply to all of your comments while we're on the train home. We've got plenty of time for you. You can also DM us on Twitter @Insurgency Game. We'll give you any quotes you need, clarify any positions, and yeah, spend as long as you want chatting. However, we do need to call an end to it in order to make the final train.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Nice
Thanks so
nice
much for
trip.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good one.
Take care, guys.
Thank you all for coming, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Bye-bye.
us.
See you guys later.
Whew, man, guys, that was so good. So good. I am so looking forward. Oh, God.
Indoor game. Why did we stop?
I'm so looking forward to this game. It comes out, I believe, in September. As you can hear, if an objective is captured, as you can hear, this is a The developers are really open. They are passionate about this project, and they want to ensure that it's successful, and it's also that it's fun for people. They apparently launched on Kickstarter, but failed the Kickstarter, but they're still doing the game anyway. That was the original Insurgency. And then when the game came out, it became like super popular. Not to the point where like everyone has heard of it, but like I hadn't heard it until this year, right before E3, and I was like, wait, what is this? And I started seeing it and looking into it, and I was like, oh my god, it's so good. You can't hear me over the gunshot? Maybe I do need to turn myself up. What is going on here? Mic check, mic check. I'm gonna turn myself up just a little bit. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. If you own the original Insurgency, it's 20% off. Hey, that's awesome. That's really good. I did turn the game volume higher before as well, so let me turn it back down. So people were complaining, not complaining, but saying that they couldn't hear the gunshots in the game as well. So I apologize about the audio imbalances. We weren't able to get that all situated before we started.
Loading.
Maybe that's why you see the 20% off. Yo, right? Steam says September 18th and it's on sale. $23, dude. For a game that's obviously it's got some things that it still needs to do in terms of performance optimization, but they are going to get there. Like, it's very clear to me that they're committed to making sure that happens. But for a game that's indie, to look as good as this and to like functionally play as well as it does. My bad. My bad. That was really dumb. That was really dumb. Oh my god. Never again. That's one of our guys. Dude, I'm so sorry about that. I saw a guy over here. I want to chase him down.
Cover me while I load.
It's like, it's intense, it's fun. Sounds good. Honestly, you like Insurgency more than Call of Duty or Battlefield game that ever came out? Yo, that's awesome. You're just pretty satisfied with their answer about performance? Yeah, they didn't sidestep it and seem like they had a pretty clear plan to improve it. Absolutely. They did a... How do I chat? Oh, okay. And the match is over, that's why. Yeah, next match. That was fun. This game is fun, dude. I think they had that for Day of Infamy 2. If you had Insurgency, you got a discount. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So welcome everyone who's new to the stream, by the way. I want to thank everyone. I didn't get to acknowledge some of the subs that happened during that. I appreciate